What is going on, guys, and welcome to another Fortnite video. In today's video, guys, we are going to be talking about the possibility of new weapons making their way into Battle Royale. Just when you think it can't get any better, guys, we get information via data mined that there might be brand new weapons making their way to Fortnite. Not only will these weapons bring a fresh new aroma to the game, but they will make it quite interesting because we might get some of our old weapons placed in the vault. But let's find out what these weapons are and how everybody feels about each individual weapon. Now, before we get started listing every single weapon, I do want you to take this with a little bit of a grain of salt because this is based on data mine. If you guys are familiar with the Destiny days, when I used to cover data mine videos, I always used to let you guys know these are possibility, they might come. There's a 100% chance it might come. There's a 100% chance it might not come. But the majority of the time when things get data mined within a game, they end up in the game in some way or some shape or form. Based on, my previous Destiny experience, I can tell you that much. Now let's go ahead and start off a little bit with the first one, which is called the Autoshudder. Now the Autoshudder are the following. It says shotgun automatically fires a wide spread of pellets at an extreme rate of fire, can decimate crowds at a significant ammo cost. So this right here, guys, is going to be a shotgun that's going to be an auto-firing shotgun. But the interesting thing about this one is that it's going to take a lot of pellets of your shotgun. So we don't know how many pellets it's going to take. Sometimes you're running around and you have like 8 pellets only in your shotty. We don't know if this one's actually going to shoot 4 pellets at a time. But supposedly this is supposed to like knock everybody off the floor, and it's gonna be quite interesting because this might be your main go-to weapon during those close games. And if this does make it into the game, it sounds really interesting. Next up, we have a weapon that I've been talking on my streams for a lot, and that is the sawed-off shotgun. I've been saying we need a gun like this for close quarter combat, and it seems like we might get something like that. This is called the break action shotgun. So this is shotgun break action. Deals high damage at a fast fire rate, short range, and very limited magazine size. So this is kind of like a sawed-off shotgun. It's gonna become in the following rarities: legendary and epic. I did forget to mention the Autoshudder comes in the legendary rarity, just to keep you guys in mind. But this one right here comes in the legendary and epic one, and this is quite interesting because this is the sawed-off shotgun I've been asking. If you guys are familiar with Gears of War, there's that sawed-off shotgun that when you're gonna get close to someone, and if you're gonna land that shot, that person is automatically dead. It's like boom, bada bing, bada bam. And this is simply what this is gonna be doing, because this is gonna deal high damage. It's gonna fire fast, but the short range weapon has a limited magazine size. So it could be only 3 pellets or 2 pellets. So it's going to be one of those, like, you make sure you land your shots. Really excited for this one if this does make its way into the game. Next up, we're going to get into the more creative sphere, which is the Hammer Crusher. Now, the Hammer Crusher is an assault weapon, which is a slug gun. Now, these are not very common in most of the games, but it's going to be interesting if it makes its way into Fortnite, because this is a very interesting weapon. It says a rifle that fires slugs with high damage impact. So now you're going to be hitting someone hard with this one. Good accuracy, but relatively slow rate of fire and high per bullet cost. So you're going to be wasting a lot of bullets with this one because it's going to cost you a lot of bullets. It's going to fire pretty slow, but it has excellent accuracy. So this might be interesting in those kind of mid-range, long-range arrangements. This one comes with the rarity of a legendary, and this is one of those weapons that I'm really excited to try out if it does come out into Fortnite. The next weapon is the light machine gun. Now this is quite interesting because when I read this, I was like, I was kind of like iffy about this one because we already have the minigun, and kind of like a light machine gun would kind of be very similar to the minigun. But as you guys know, the good thing about Fortnite is we're always getting a revamp of weapons, and when a new weapon comes out, they go ahead and place an old weapon to the vault. Same thing that happened in Season 2. If you guys remember, we removed the weapon and we got a set of new weapons. And I believe Season 3 will be bringing us brand new weapons. Maybe these are it, maybe there's some other ones, but this one actually seems pretty interesting, and I like the way they describe this, because if you are familiar with the minigun, if you play with the minigun, you kind of have an idea of how that gun works, right? It just pretty much shreds every single buddy's base. This one actually has a different little twist to it because it says assault weapon, light machine gun, a heavy weapon with high damage. So right there, you just notice right there that is the difference between the minigun and this weapon, because this one's actually going to deal a lot of good damage. It says high damage and extreme rate of fire and a huge magazine size. So it's going to have a lot of bullets. It's going to have a ton of bullets, actually. And it says very inaccurate unless aiming down sights from a fixed position and firing in short bursts. So the weapon, if you fire from the hip, is going to be very, very unstable. You're going to be all over the place. But if you aim the weapon down sight and you aim at your opponent, this actually might be a really good weapon for that mid-range combat. We have yet to see, but it sounds like it's going to be a really good weapon if you're actually aiming and not spamming, just not holding down the trigger, but you're actually tapping it. So it sounds like a really good weapon, and one weapon that might be making a change of ways that we approach the game when we're getting into those like late rounds where there's 10 to 12 people left. This might be one of those weapons that everybody's going to want to have in their arsenal. Next up, we have the M246 SAAB. Now, this is an assault rifle, a hydraulic one. It says a slow-firing, high-impact automatic rifle with large magazine size. This one, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this one, because this one's really interesting, and it's one of these weapons where you're like, it sounds interesting, but I kind of want to get my hands on it to figure out exactly how well this weapon is, because we don't really get that much information on how accurate it is. We only get information that it's a slow-firing, high-impact auto rifle with a large magazine size. So I don't know where to put this one at. See, I'm kind of iffy on that one. I don't know if to put it into a weapon that I'm going to be wielding based on the image. It's going to be a weapon that I'm probably going to be using in the later rounds or earlier stage rounds if we actually get it, which comes in a very interesting rarity, epic and rare. Now, the next one we have is the precision rifle. Now, this one I'm really interested about, because this is your weapon that I believe this right here will be replacing the burst. So this says assault weapon burst, an assault rifle that fires tight bursts that allow for precision targeting in mobile mid-range engagements, deals good damage but consumes its magazine very quickly. So this one right here comes in epic, rare, or uncommon, which is very similar to what the burst comes in right now, but I believe this is actually might be a little bit better than the burst, because this one I believe will be the one that's going to replace the burst. I do believe that this is going to be the one where the burst we currently know and love is going to go into the vault, and this is going to be replacing it. But it's quite interesting to see all these new weapons that are going to be making their way into Fortnite if they do. Now, out of all these weapons, the ones that have me most intrigued would definitely have to be the break action shotgun, which is the sawed-off shotgun, the slug, and of course the precision rifle, which is the burst rifle. That one has me really, really excited. But now it's time to know from you guys, which out of all these weapons has you excited? You're like, man, that definitely has to make it into the game. I really want to see that in the game. And which weapon do you guys believe will be placed in the vault if any of these weapons actually come within the game? That is what I want to know from you guys, but I'm really excited, and that's one thing I love about Fortnite. They're always keeping it fresh. We're always getting new set of weapons, new set of costumes, which makes you always want to play the game, because there's always different ways to approach the game. And when a new weapon gets introduced, you actually have to approach the game in a different scenario, in a different way, making the engagements different every single time. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about these weapons? Which one was your favorite? And don't forget, guys, we stream Fortnite daily. If you guys ever want a chance to, maybe you haven't been able to find a really good team and you want to get that win, drop by the stream and we'll love to help you out. If you've never gotten a win and you just haven't gotten a win, definitely drop by the stream. Or even if you just want to come by, say hi, or just chill on the stream, definitely do check us out, because I would really appreciate that. If you enjoyed this video, do me the huge favor, guys, drop a like, share this video with your friends, because that really helps me out a lot. And don't forget, guys, for all things Fortnite, make sure you guys keep it locked to this channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.